نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى ربي قد آتيتني من الملك وعلمتني من تأويل الأحاديث فاطر السماوات والأرض أنت ولي في الدنيا والآخرة توفني مسلما وألحقني بالصالحين. So we were covering Surah Yusuf and we got up to this ayat which is almost at the end. And the story of Yusuf ﷺ is over, that the parents are met and the brethren, they presented their apology and he forgave them, and all of that had happened already. So after, the last thing in the story is the dua of Yusuf ﷺ. So when they all moved to Egypt, it said that for 18 years or for 20 years, Yaqub ﷺ got to live with Yusuf ﷺ. And then after that, he passed away. When he passed away, he asked, I wanted to go back, before he passed away, he asked that I wanted to be buried with my forefathers. So they were buried in Palestine, in the out area, in the countryside. So Yusuf ﷺ, he took his body and he buried him there. So when he saw the grave of his father, he also remembered the hereafter. So at that moment he made this dua. In this ayat I just recited, that he said, Rabbi qad ataytani min al-mulki wa 'allamtani min ta'wil al-ahadith. The very first thing he said to Allah, that, oh Allah, you have given me the power to rule. And Allah made him a king, Allah made him a minister, a king. From minister he became king. And then he said, وَعَلَّمْتَنِي مِنْ تَأْوِيلِ الْأَحَادِيثِ, you gave me knowledge to interpret all the talks, all the deep, all the wise wisdom, all the wisdoms, you have given me that. And then he said, Tawaffani Musliman wa alhiqni bis-salihin. So, every one of us, we have got blessings from Allah, bounties from Allah. There are two types of bounties of Allah. One is inward and one is outward. Inward bounties of Allah and outward bounties of Allah. This house that we have, this family that we have, this job that we have, all of these are outward ni'mah, outward bounties. And this knowledge that we have inside us, this wisdom that we have, the power to, the sight that we have, all of these are inward bounties of Allah. So he mentioned both of them. He mentioned that power to rule is the outward ni'mah, and the knowledge Allah gave him to get to the core of the things. He just heard the dream of the king, and he understood what is going to happen. Subhanallah. And he interpreted the dream so correctly that 7 years are going to be drought. And he right away, he didn't think. Allah gave him the knowledge to solve the dream also. He interpreted the dream, so gave them the solution, how you going to manage those 7 years. That's why the king right away, right after his solution, you will see the ayat says, وَقَالَ الْمَلِكُ تُونِي بِهِ. The king, as soon the king heard that this man has given this solution to the dream, oh, Tuni bihi, he said, go, get him, bring him to my court. What is he doing in the jail? This intelligent man, he's in the prison. And from prison, just because of this interpretation, he became the king himself. Then when the king met, assigned him as a minister, and after ministry, the king himself submitted all his powers to him. That you are more intelligent, you are more liable to control and to drive the country in these 7 years. So he gave him the rule. So Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, before making the dua, he said to Allah this. Now this is what we need to understand. This is the great lesson here. Allahu Akbar. That it's a fortunate it's a fortune. This person is a fortunate person. It's a great fortune for a person. It's a very good thing for a person to first recognize that whatever ni'mat he has got from Allah is from Allah. This is a very, because most of us, we have so many blessings of Allah, but we don't recognize them, because our sight and our mind is only working around those things which we don't have. Those things that Allah has given us becomes invisible for us. I was sitting with this alim and he said to me that when a person recognizes this, that whatever Allah has given me, I don't deserve it. Allah has given me without me deserving it. This is the first level of shukr. Being grateful to Allah. That you accept this reality. You didn't deserve what you have. Allah gave you without you deserving it. Because Qarun failed to accept this. People asked him, Allah has given you so much, you should earn akhirat from whatever Allah has given you. So he said, Who Allah? Innama utituhu ala ilmin indi. This is all I have earned myself. This house, this job, this honor that I have, this status that I have is my own earning, my own ability, my own mind. This is the mentality of Qarun. This is the reply of Qarun to people. So the very first, I was just thinking about when I was reading this ayat that all the statements of Anbiya, of the prophets you see in the Quran, the most common thing you will find in the statements of Anbiya is they are being grateful to Allah. Just pick any prophet. Just at Jummah Salah, we recited this ruku of Ibrahim alayhi salam. That in that he made dua. So before he is making dua, what is he saying? Alhamdulillahi alladhi wahaba li ala al-kibari Ismaila wa Ishaq. You will see gratefulness everywhere. That they are being grateful. This is the most fortunate thing a person can get, that he becomes grateful to Allah. Sabse badi ni'mat hai. That you recognize what Allah has given you and you become grateful to Allah. So this is what this alim said, that the first is to recognize that this is from Allah and He has given me without deserving it. Second step is that you do not use the blessing of Allah in His disobedience. This is what we all are indulgent. Isn't it? Aren't we using disobey Him? Aren't we using the same ability that Allah has given us to disobey Him? Same. This comes in the du'as of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam made this dua: O Allah, please forgive me that I have taqawwaytu biha ala ma'asiyatik. That I have used the same bounties, abilities you gave me to disobey you. So if you stop disobeying in the blessings of Allah, this is the second level of shukr, gratefulness. And then when you start obeying Allah with the blessings Allah has given you, that is the third level of shukr. And finally, this is the great thing. When you start giving the blessings of Allah, you have to others. This is the highest level of shukr. Allah gave me knowledge. I did not disobey Allah in that knowledge. And I started obeying Allah in that knowledge. And then after that, I started giving, helping people, benefiting people with that knowledge. This is the highest level of shukr. And on shukr, Allah's promise is that La in shakartum la azidannakum. When you be grateful, I will for sure increase you in ni'mat. Then after that, Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, after being grateful to Allah, after accepting that what I got in my life is from Allah, he said, Tawaffani muslima wa alhiqni bisalihin. Now you need to imagine, this is a prophet, and is not an ordinary prophet. He is a prophet Who is the son of a prophet? Who is the son of a prophet? Kareem ibn Kareem ibn Kareem. That grade of a prophet he is. What dua is he making? He is asking Allah, oh Allah, let me die as a Muslim. Can you imagine? A prophet is making dua at the end of his life after struggling all what the struggle he went through, and after telling Allah that you have given me so much, just this one more thing I want. What is it? I want to die as a Muslim. You know, what value of this ni'mah do we have in our lives? Dying as a Muslim. Have we asked Allah? Oh Allah, I wanted to die as a Muslim. Because my dear brothers, the thing is, Allahu Akbar, the greatest cause from which a person gets all the blessings of this world and in the hereafter is Islam. Without Islam, you can never enjoy this world, you can never enjoy the world hereafter. And what Islam means, this is the problem. You know, one alim I was just listening to, he said, we all have a definition of Islam of our own self. You know, I have a definition of Islam in my head and I am okay with that. I am content with that. I am a Muslim. No, we need to judge ourselves with the definition of Islam Allah has given us. And what is the definition of Islam? Allah, you know, Maulana Rumi Rahmatullahi Alayhi has given this funny story. And he said there were some blind people and they wanted to, they were blind, so they had never seen an elephant. So they wanted to experience what an elephant looks like. So they all went and they all placed their hand on the elephant. So later on, when they were asked, how does the elephant looks like? So somebody said it was like the one who touched the leg, he was saying it was like a pillar. The one who touched the nose, the long, the nose, he said, no, it feels like rubber. The one who touched the teeth, he said, like, everyone had the different definition. So we all are also like that according to Islam. We all have different definitions of Islam. Somebody says, okay, as long I have 5 times prayers in my life, I am a Muslim. As long I'm earning halal, I am a Muslim. As long I'm doing this, what my father used to do, I am a Muslim. No, my dear brothers, this is not what it is. With that definition, you will not benefit, you will not experience the blessings of Islam in this world, neither in the hereafter. And the more, my dear brothers, the more belief in the hereafter increases, the more urge and the more fear of dying as a Muslim increases in the heart. Now, all of us need to check our hearts. How much desire do I have to die as a Muslim? You know, sometimes a person lives a whole life, he lived as a Muslim. But some bad deed he has done, some right he has wrongfully taken. Because of that, just at the right moment, just at the last moment of his life, he loses Islam. He loses Islam. You know, this alim in South Africa, he said to us that this doctor came to him and he told him that Maulana Sahab, I was transferred to this country and I had to work in the ER department where people are brought in the last stage. So I worked there for a year. And this is a country where 98% are Muslims. 98% Muslims community. So he said, throughout the year, many people died in front of me. Many people. He said to me, this alim was telling the ulama that this is the situation nowadays. So he said, Maulana Sahab, what do you think? How many people died with Iman? Died saying the kalima la ilaha illallah. Throughout the year, so many people died. What do you think? What would be the ratio? 10%, 20%, 50%, 80%. He said, I don't know, you tell me. So not even one died with the kalima. Not even one. This is real failure, my dear brothers. That's why a prophet is asking Allah, let me die as a Muslim. Because you lose anything here, no, not a problem, you can gain it back. But if you lose Islam here and you enter into the hereafter without the pleasure of Allah, without pleasing Allah, then this is real. Then the real failure starts. The greatest concern of a prophet is to die as a Muslim. So he said, Mahasab, I was having sleepless nights. What is going on with Muslims? This shopkeeper, one day he entered into his shop and he started breaking his scale. So the other shopkeepers in the market asked, what are you doing? Why are you breaking your scale? The weight machine. Allah. So he said, yesterday a shop in front of me. And we were asking him to say Kalima La ilaha illallah. He said the needle in the scale, in my shop, has stuck in right here. I'm not able to recite Kalima. Not able to recite Kalima. How much concern we have here, which is extremely temporary. There's no basis. Today I'm here, tomorrow, no idea. And how much preparation we have for that, how much plans we have for that, how much precautions we are taking for that. What precautions we have taken for hereafter? What preparation I have done for the hereafter? What plans do I have for the hereafter? This is the greatest concern. Tawaffani Musliman wa alhiqni bis-salihin. Oh Allah, let me die as a Muslim. So my dear brothers, that's why Rasulullah in a narration it comes, the way you live, the same way you die. The way you die, the same way you are resurrected. It's not going to happen that a person lives his life in the disobedience of Allah and in negligence of Allah, and he dies with the obedience of Allah. He dies in the sajda. He dies in the remembrance of Allah. It's not going to happen. So the way you want to die, you need to start making yourself right now. That's when the death will come the way it's supposed to come. So this is the greatest success that a person can have, that he dies as a Muslim. He dies, what Mufassirin has written, that you keep on submitting yourself, that before you die, you submit yourself completely to Allah. This is what it means to die as a Muslim. That I kept on submitting myself. In the life, I have to take decisions. The decision by taking a decision, I have one my desire. I have the commandment of Allah. I left my desire. I submit myself to the commandment of Allah. This is being Muslim. That a person keeps on submitting in all the aspects of his life, and he completely submits himself to Allah before he dies. This is what Allah says, وَلَا تَمُوتُنَّ إِلَّا وَأَنْتُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ. मरना नहीं जब तक कि अपने आप को पूरा अल्लाह के हवाले न करो. Don't die until you completely submit yourself to Allah. Otherwise, there is hereafter. There is Jannat, there is Jahannam, there is a meeting of Allah. For a believer, all of this is as true as this universe around me is true. How sure I am that there are people sitting right in front of me. How sure. For a believer, the surety of hereafter is like that. He prepares for hereafter like that. This is part of life. I need to prepare before I get into grave. So inshallah. So just the last thing I want to mention, that we all want barakat. We all want blessings. When somebody buys a new house, when somebody buys a new car, he wanted it to be blessed. So that's why we recite Quran, and for sure there is blessing in it. This is what Islam offers to us. Islam offers blessings. Islam offers barakat. Islam doesn't offer kasrat. If you start offering salah 5 times a day, and you start if you start practicing deen properly, it is not going to happen that you're going to start having raise in your job.